Good morning, not financial advice. Do your own research. My name's Wes. Today I'm talking about Illuvium and how to get involved in the project starting today. Yesterday I covered, what is Illuvium? Why am I excited for it? Who's the team behind it? Today, all I'm talking about is how to get involved. The only way, as of today, to get involved, we're here in late October, no gameplay elements have been released, is to come over here on their homepage to the Exchange tab, buy ILV, and then you can see buying at Sushi, KuCoin, lots of different places you can purchase this. I prefer Sushi. I just think it is the best kind of UI. It's at least the one that I'm the most familiar with. So we click over here to Sushi, where we can exchange, anything in our Ethereum mainnet, any of our tokens, over to the ILV token. I'm not actually going to go through with the purchase of any, just because I already am happy with my position in the Illuvium ecosystem. But it's very straightforward. You just click the amount of Illuvium or Ethereum that you want to swap. And then you would just go through confirming your swap, you approve the transaction, and you would then be the proud new owner of some Illuvium tokens. Like I said, I'm not going to go forward with that just because I don't have the spare funds to pay the gas fees just for the point of this example. So once you have the Illuvium token, then you can come back over here to the staking page. On the staking page, you'll have a few different options. So here we just have our general overview where they show, some of the highlights, the amount of rewards that they have to distribute, which you can see there is still a whole lot left to be distributed. And the price as of now is $883. But where we want to go is right here to staking. We want to go to the core pools. And from there, we'll see we have two options. We can either deposit our ILV tokens, which is what we just purchased on SushiSwap. Or we have a liquidity pool option. And as you can see, the APY is very generous for both. One thing to note on these are the APYs if you lock your tokens for 1 year, which essentially gives you a 2x multiple. If you want a completely flexible amount of, staking approach where you can withdraw your tokens at any point, it's half of what those numbers were. So here you can see 22%. But if we come over here to the locked, which is the approach that I took just because I believe in the project long term and I want to give it time to develop and grow and not be tempted to remove these funds and use them for something else because the NFT space moves, a million miles an hour. I believe in this project. I want to be invested in it long term. So I just locked mine up for a full year. None of this is financial advice. You got to do your own research and decide how you want to approach it. But if you do that, you'll stake your ILV tokens for 45% APY, which is, pretty awesome in my opinion. The next option is a liquidity pool. So with that, you can come over here and it gives you a very helpful link that'll take you directly to the liquidity pool on SushiSwap, where you can deposit equal amounts ILV token and Ethereum to get your LP tokens. So here it already has it on liquidity. We're going to add liquidity. And then we would just select how much liquidity we want to add. The way I would recommend doing that is just coming down here and maxing out your ILV token, assuming that you want to add all of your ILV to the liquidity pool, all the ILV that you have in your wallet at that point, anyways, I'll say. So you'll have a little max button, just like you have here. I don't have that since I don't have any ILV in my wallet because all of mine is staked. So you do that, and then you would get the same thing, right? A little MetaMask approval that you would come through and reject or accept. In this case, I'm going to go through and reject this old one just to keep that clean. But you go through, you confirm your addition of liquidity to the liquidity pool. You would get SLP, which is a just Sushi liquidity pool token, and then you would come back here and make sure you stake it. Holding the liquidity pool token doesn't do anything for you, so make sure that once you get your liquidity pool token on SushiSwap, you come back over here, you click stake, and you are faced with the same decision that you had on the ILV token, where you can either just deposit it in a flexible account that you can withdraw at any point, or you can lock it up for any length of time between 1 week and 52 weeks, with a year, 52 weeks, providing a 2x to your kind of completely flexible APY. So 196% if you just want to be flexible, up to almost 400% if you want to lock it up for a year. So that's what I've done with the majority of my funds. I will show you here kind of what my staking situation is. I got lucky and purchased a couple months ago probably now when tokens were a good bit cheaper. They've gone up almost 2x since I invested, which is, great for me. But really, the great thing is the amount that I am generating by having this stake. So as nice as it is to see the appreciation, the even more exciting piece for me is the rewards that I am gaining from that. I've got essentially 1.5 SLP tokens and 2 ILV tokens. So overall, I've got almost $8,000 invested that is just sitting there and compounding for me over the course of the next year. I think if we hop over here to vesting, we'll actually see, so I deposited or staked at 3 different points in time. The first time I did just 2 ILV tokens, and that was about 60 days ago. So 2 months ago, I bought my first 2 ILV tokens and deposited them. Shortly after that, a week after that, almost exactly, I bought essentially what worked out to 2 ILV tokens and the equivalent amount of ETH, which gave me 0.75 SLP. And then for that, I locked it up for the full amount of time. And then I did the same thing again about 10 days later to kind of firm up my position and feel really good about what I had invested and earning rewards for me. So here I kind of just keep track of how long until those rewards or until they become unlocked. And assuming I'm still happy with the project, I'll probably just turn around and lock them back up again to continue compounding along with any future rewards I get. So now about rewards. So you have another decision point here when you start thinking about your rewards. So there's 2 things you can do. You can claim your ILV based on your rewards, or you can get SILV. So pros and cons to both. ILV is the coin that is traded on the marketplace, right? So if I want to take that Sushi Swap, switch it back to Ethereum, I can do that. SILV is not exchanged on the marketplace. It is the in-game currency, so it can only be used in the game. I'm probably going to do that at least at the start for the land sale. So they have a land sale that'll be coming up shortly. And I want to be able to purchase land where I'll be able to harvest materials that I'll be able to use in the game. And will hopefully give me, more exposure to the game by owning a parcel of land. It's a scarce, asset. There's only going to be 100,000 plots of land. So, buying some early, I think the first drop of land, they're going to have 20,000. So they're going to release 20% of the land. I want to be early. I want to get as much of that as I can. Let's take a second to populate here, but you can see I have earned 4.5 Illuvium in less than 2 months at $800. That's really awesome. Almost $4,000 now. Just by leaving these liquidity pool tokens staked, and then so what I plan to do, as I was saying, is claim that as SILV, and then be able to turn around and use that to purchase land in the land sale that will be happening hopefully sometime in the next couple months before we get to the holidays, and then Q1 will have the actual release of the full game. So I want to be have as many resources kind of accumulated and ready to go when that full game launches, so that I can hopefully, really jump out and have a quick start and be able to, gather resources and level up my alluvials and really put myself in a strong position to advance myself in the game while also, selling back to the economy and helping, new people joining in the game. And yeah, I just think that's going to be, a really good opportunity to be early and provide myself that opportunity to be a first mover, help me create content around that. And also, financially, I think that could put myself in a good position to be able to capitalize on having faith in this project, being early, and seeing kind of the short-term and long-term benefits that could provide to me. So that's my approach. That's how I'm handling the ILV token and getting involved in this project that I have a lot of belief in before the game is actually launched and available to play. So if you found this helpful or enjoyable, please drop a like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more great content that I'll be producing about blockchain gaming, crypto, NFTs, DeFi, and all kinds of awesome stuff. Hope to see you guys on the next video.